Spring breakers gone missing. What's better than sunny beaches in Miami than at springtime? Well, I've always thought that, at least up until last spring break, when I went to Miami to enjoy my last spring break of my college life. I just wanted to enjoy the beautiful beaches along with the beautiful women. What happens in Miami stays there, and that's a motto I hope to keep it there forever. My flight landed around 9 p.m. at Miami International Airport. I wasn't too worried about landing in Miami so late because I knew that none of the parties were going to begin until well after midnight. I took a taxi to my hotel on the beach and I got myself ready to head to the club. By 11:45, I was ready to begin my night. With a pocket filled with condoms and my other pocket with money, I knew that my night was going to be super lit. Before I left out my hotel room, I took a couple of shots of Hennessy just to get me right. I headed out feeling good. I passed by Washington on my way to Ocean Drive where I spotted a sea of women all over. "Hey ladies," I spoke, causing a couple of the girls to smile, while some just completely avoided me. Although I didn't get any of their phone numbers, I was still beyond confident. I just kept it moving, making my way down Ocean Drive, passing 10th Street, then 9th, when I spotted a man with a large butcher knife shoving a girl into an alley. There I stood in the middle of 9th Street, frozen in my position, thinking to myself that there was no way I just saw what I think I just did. Loud music played all around me, from hip-hop to reggaeton. Then suddenly, I heard screams coming from that same alleyway, causing me to look away. I'm still standing in the middle of the road as dozens of people are passing right by me. They all must be drunk or high to not hear those screams coming from that same alley. I took a few steps away so that I didn't have to hear those screams anymore, which faded away just seconds later. I know I heard what I just heard, which caused me to take a look back at the alleyway where I spotted a young beautiful lady walking right past it, with her focus glued to her cell phone screen. She's not paying any attention to anything besides her phone, and I was only focused on her until I spotted a man wearing an all-white apron with a butcher knife in hand. He spotted me watching him, causing him to place his finger over his mouth as if he were telling me to keep quiet, as he walked up behind the young lady. He wrapped his arm around her neck and he slashed her throat with the butcher knife while his focus returned back onto me. He smiled as he walked backwards into the alley as I watched in horror. I shook my head. I'm panicking. I can't believe my eyes as to what I'm witnessing. Within seconds, he vanished. I looked around for the police, but like any time when you really need them most, they're nowhere to be found. I had a decision to make, and I quickly made that decision. I took off in the direction of the alley in seconds, and I spotted him entering into the back of the restaurant where he brought the dead young lady. I chased after him, but the door slammed in my face. I couldn't believe it. What should I do? I thought to myself. I wanted to kick down the door, but it's a steel door. Should I just wait for him to come back? I didn't know what to do until I began to smell the stench that smelled worse than a garbage dump. The stench came from the garbage bin several feet away. I knew whatever it was causing that stench would terrify me, but I had to find out. I made my way over to the dumpster as I walked slowly, paying close attention to my surroundings. Once I got close enough to the garbage dumpster, the stench intensified. Flies swarmed around the garbage dumpster, but that didn't stop me from looking into it, where I saw dozens of dead girls resting inside of it. My heart raced. Panic filled my entire system as the back door to the restaurant flew open and the killer butcher ran straight at me. I took off running and he chased after me down the alleyway. He didn't say anything. He just kept running after me, even as I made my way out of the alley. I spotted a group of cops flirting with several young ladies, causing me to scream out for help. The butcher spotted the officers and turned backwards back into the alley where he vanished, never to be seen again. The officers chased after him, but they were too late. They didn't catch him. Within minutes, the entire beach was shut down as the crime scene investigators investigated the restaurant where 48 dead women were all discovered, both in the restaurant and in the dumpster. That restaurant was closed months before that night, but some sick bastard had been occupying it for months, kidnapping, butchering, and killing young women. That probably would have kept on going if I didn't stumble upon that butcher on that night. But he's still out there, so who knows if he's continuing on with his madness someplace else.